Hello, welcome back. Right, a problem video. I have a problem with my beloved Alinco, my DX-77e. Developed a slight problem. Bit of a weird one, this one, guys. It's been working fine, absolutely no problem at all. I generally use it on headphones 99% of the time. However, those of you that follow my channel will know that I did a video with Jez last week, and you would have heard the radio coming through the internal speaker. Now then, last Friday, I had the headphones plugged in, worked fine. Unplugged the headphones, no sound coming from the speaker at all. It's not the squelch or anything like that. If I plug in a external speaker, sound. Not brilliantly loud, I suppose, but working. If I plug in the headphones, as you can hear, we get sound as you'd expect. But unplug the headphones, the external or internal speaker not working. Bit strange, bit odd. Well, I'm well in now, aren't I? This is kind of the stage where I don't want to go any deeper into this radio. Wow, got to be very careful here. It doesn't really allow me to get any further in. I was hoping to remove this plastic kind of covering, but this plastic covering appears to have things screwed into it. Looks like I've got to go in from the back. Could remove it, but I'd have to take the main board out, which oh no, actually no, I can undo those two screws. Okay, hang on, I'm going to remove that board and we'll have another look. So that's the board. So a headphone jack, which is there, external speaker jack, and all the soldering looks pretty good. I can't see any broken solder joints or dry contact joints. Looks pretty good, really. Hoping, I was kind of hoping I might find something broken. Right, well I've just temporarily connected the speaker to my phone, and as I thought, the radio speaker is working absolutely fine. So looking at the bottom of this mono external speaker jack, I don't know what the camera can make out, but you've got the actually internal speaker runs directly from that, it appears. And looking at it, I've got two connections, one going to this connection here, which I assume looks like it could be the earth, and then one going there, which will be the feed. And I've got a tiny little surface mount inline resistor there going across from the earth to the feed on the speaker. So in theory, and I do like theories, if I jump onto there, which is the earth, and there, I should be able to get some kind of audio. Okay, so hang on. I'm getting a feed there. It's a bad connection, but alright, so that is probably the output. That's probably the output for the external speaker, and then that is probably the output for the internal speaker. External, internal. Yep, where are we at? So as you remember, this external speaker socket has a fault. Obviously it's internal inside the socket itself. So after sort of, giving it quite a bit of consideration, I'm going to try to have a go at desoldering the socket, to have a look inside it, and just to sort of see if I can bend some of the contacts back into shape. If not, then I'll pop the socket back in, assuming I can desolder it successfully, and then I will piggyback the two speaker wires onto the back of the board. Right, I'm back. Well, that wasn't too bad. That came off fairly cleanly off the board. Right, I've had a chance to look at this little mono jack, and now bear with me, but I'll try and explain this. And I know a lot of you would have know this already, but of course for me it's a learning curve. Now I'll try and keep this in shot in the camera. So obviously what you've got here, you've got the what I keep calling the earth, which is really the return, and then you would have the other live feed, and then that's for the external speaker. When you plug the little socket in, obviously that would be that one there, that goes in that way, so you have the return and then the live, and then this goes to the internal speaker. Now there should be a connection between that and that, those two pins, until you plug in this, where in there is a small kind of flap of a little tin or metal really. See those two connections there, and it should be sitting on this connection which feeds the internal speaker, and then when you push in the plug, it obviously lifts the plug physically going in, lifts that away from the connector, but it doesn't appear to be touching that connector. So basically all I did was just reach into there and just bend that down, so now you'll see that when we touch these two together without the plug in the socket, we've now got a contact, and then when I plug the plug in, that should break the contact and switch off the external speaker. I'll just plug that in and then I'll start the video again. And then the two contacts now are broken, switching off the external speaker. So that should be that. Famous last words. Well, there you go, that's back on the board. Hopefully it's nice and straight. Probably not the best soldering job in the world, but it's got a good contact anyway, so seems to be working, so that's great. So just got to carefully put everything back together now and then test it. Right, we've got the power supply rigged back up, and now this is the first time I'm going to turn it on since I did that little repair. So everything's basically crossed, and if it doesn't work, well, I'll call it a night. I won't have the enthusiasm to go on. So anyway, okay, fingers crossed, here we go. Well, it's come on, squelch down to 0, got the RX light, and here we go. Yay! It lives again! There you go, there it is. So there she is, there's my little baby. Hey, working again. I'm so pleased. It is just an amazing feeling when you do something yourself and it kind of works. It's been like working on cars, you know, the first time you do it. And I did spray those little all the pots actually with contact spray, and this volume control now. Really nice and linear smooth. It's quite loud as well, isn't it? So it just shows you I was obviously losing quite a bit of gain there on the volume control. So that's it. Lovely little thing, isn't it? So I've switched down the internal power. I've switched that down to just 50 watts now maximum on FM and sideband. And like I say, this will be going into some form of sort of semi-retirement. I just want to kind of preserve it now. I'll never get rid of it. It's my little baby. You know, you always like like your first kind of proper radios, don't you? So there we go. Hope that this video wasn't too boring. Anyone that follows on behind me, as I said, it just shows you if you take your time, you know, patience, little tiny things like that. You don't necessarily need to have to put the radio into a repair shop and get charged a considerable amount of money. Anyway, thank you for all of the comments, all of the advice, all of the encouragement. Thank you all that watch the channel, you know, anyway, and follow me on Facebook, Fred in the Shed. Or Fred Shed, I should say, Fred Shed on Facebook. So, and for Sean and Gary, who follow me on Skype. Okay, guys, cheers. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Bye bye now.